everyone, it's Justin again, and thanks for joining me today. So, I took a walk the other day and sat down on a bench in a city park. As I looked around, it occurred to me that the locations of the trees, pond, shrubs, and stone walkways were all well thought out. All of those beautiful features weren't just haphazardly thrown together, they were a result of people in different landscaping jobs. That's what we're going to talk about with today's guest, Bill Dwyer. He's going to give us some useful knowledge about his job in the world of landscaping. So get ready to learn about this field of work and the numerous types of jobs involved. Let's get into it. Let's meet today's guest, Bill Dwyer. He's a project manager for a landscape construction company. First, let's find out what a landscape construction company does.
So landscape construction is basically building outdoor spaces. Like for residential customers, it's mostly patios, fire pits, outdoor kitchens, full landscaping and planting around houses, that kind of thing.
Now let's learn a bit more about Bill's company and his job there.
My company specifically does design, build, and maintain, meaning we design outdoor living spaces and do construction. We also have a maintenance division that just cuts the grass and does cleanups and maintains properties throughout the season. Also does snow plowing in the winter. So I run the construction division of my company.
With a lot of different projects happening at once, each at a different stage of completion, Bill certainly has his hands full. What's a typical day like for him?
So my day-to-day is, I get a call from a customer. I'll go out and I'll meet them. We'll discuss what they're looking to have done. And then I will do a design for them, put an estimate together with the cost on everything, have another meeting where we finalize the plans, and then after that, I get my team set up to do the installation, buy all the materials, and do the layout, and then from there, my team takes over.
He talks about one of his favorite projects, which was working on restoring a very neglected Veterans Memorial Park.
It was an area that hadn't been kept up by the city for a number of years, and we got a call to go in maybe a few weeks before Veterans Day and completely revamp the whole site. They do a flag raising there. And they hadn't done it in a few years due to COVID. So we went in and cleaned all the plantings. We added walkways and a few standing areas for when they did the flag raising ceremony. And that was a nice one to be a part of.
Bill is focused on the construction side of things. But as he mentioned earlier, there are several categories of jobs in this one company: design, build, and maintain. Certain employees are responsible just for the design aspect of a project. Then there are people who build what was designed and make it a reality. And finally, there are crews that maintain the finished landscaping.
The owner of our company actually runs the maintenance division where, actually this time of year, we're picking up about 7 to 8 different, new hires just for cutting the grass, keeping parking lots clean, pruning trees, fertilizing. That's what the maintenance end does.
If you're new to the industry, his company starts new hires as laborers who do the basics like weed whacking, cutting the grass, or digging footings on construction sites. From there, employees can move up to other positions. The next step would be taking on the role of a foreman, where you'd have a whole team working under you. And after that comes management.
And from there we have the management positions, which I'm at, where with some bigger companies, the structure might be a little bit different, but with the smaller companies, managers tend to do more than just manage. I also do the estimates, I do the billing. So some larger companies, you might specifically be just managing projects, whereas I manage the whole end of our business because we're a smaller company.
It's always interesting to hear the path someone takes that leads them to their job. Bill's love of the outdoors inspired him to go into the world of landscaping.
I got my start cutting lawns at 10 years old. I loved to drive the tractor. So every week over the summer, I would go to my grandparents' house and ask them if I could cut the lawn for them. Again, because I loved riding on the tractor.
His love of the outdoors and riding that lawnmower steered him into working with heavy equipment in the landscaping industry.
I knew right away I always liked equipment, heavy equipment. I've gone from the tractor all the way up to a front end loader at my company now. So I always had a love for the equipment. I always had a love for the outdoors. And even when I was younger, I was good at building. I loved Legos as a kid. And the way I describe brickwork and masonry to my nephews, who are maybe about 9 and 10 years old, is it's Legos for grown-ups.
Bill always had and still has a passion for the outdoors. And adventure, as you can see here. Yup, that's him waving. So, how did he plan for this career? To start, his high school offered a construction course, which he really enjoyed. He discovered that he was good at building decks and sheds and looked at going to school for this type of work.
That's when I discovered landscape architecture and basically thought, hey, this is kind of the best of both worlds for me.
Landscape architects usually design public spaces, or very high-end residential spaces. They'll design city parks, landscaping around office buildings, zoos, and shopping centers. Bill got a bachelor's degree in landscape architecture and minored in community planning and horticulture, the study of plants. But he realized that being a landscape architect wasn't the right job for him.
Most architects and designers spend more time in the office than I would have liked to. So I decided, instead of going into a firm and working in a studio behind a drafting table all day, I decided to go to the construction end of the business, where I'm out on the jobs more and I get to actually do a little bit of the building myself.
One of the beauties of this industry is that it is so diverse. There's a lot of room for growth no matter what your education is. Many of the laborers in Bill's company come right out of high school, and the foreman jobs are usually based on someone's experience, leadership skills, and quality of their work. Once you go for management roles, you need a college degree, especially if you're going to pursue landscape architecture, which requires a 4-year college degree and a specific license. What kinds of courses should you take now so you can start preparing for this type of career?
I use geometry every single day when I'm laying out patios, walkways. Even when I'm designing a planting bed, I use triangulation to lay everything out. So geometry is extremely important. Algebra is very important. And once you get into the landscape architecture realm, they'll even require some calculus.
And besides having a solid background in math, a good artistic sense is also important for the design aspect. Understanding money is another.
So yeah, art is pretty important. Geometry, and also basic economics. If you're thinking that you want to skip college and go right to running your own landscaping company, you're gonna want to know how to pay those bills and how to keep the company running. So basic business courses, economics, but the biggest thing for me has always been geometry.
Now that we've learned about some of the courses that can help you, what personality traits does Bill think are important, especially in his role as project manager?
For my job, communication skills are the most important for me, because I'm dealing directly with customers, either customers that we've had in the past, brand new customers. You really can't be scared to get out there and talk to people. And also you've really got to be able to think on your feet, because a lot of times people are going to ask you questions that you're not prepared for.
That all makes sense. I think communication skills and being able to think on your feet can help in so many aspects of life. So, what are the drawbacks to this type of work? Well, one thing is that there's quite a bit of competition out there, with many different landscaping companies saturating the market. Bill has some insights on another drawback.
Another major issue with this industry is that it's constantly changing with the economy. If the real estate market has a fluctuation, the landscape industry does as well. The less people build, the less jobs we get in the long run.
But that feeling of accomplishment and seeing a project from concept to completion makes his job very rewarding.
What I like best about my job is the feeling of accomplishment that you get when a project is completed and you get to see something start from a blank slate and get built into a beautiful outdoor living space for somebody, and to see their reaction. That's one of my favorite parts about the job.
Another plus for Bill is that his day-to-day is so varied. Every new project is a change of scenery, and he likes that he's not sitting behind a desk for hours. Bill also gave us some advice about finding a job in landscaping.
If you're just looking to get into a landscape company or a construction company, you could most likely find a company local to you or within your area. When I graduated college and we were starting to, do our interviews and look for job placement, the area that was hiring the most was in Arizona. So if you want to pursue a degree in landscape architecture, you may not be able to stay in your hometown. You may have to branch out and move to where there's an economy for it.
Before we wrap up this video, Bill talked about the future of landscaping and why it's very encouraging.
I always tell my guys that grass always grows. It always needs to get cut. There's always going to be something to do in this green industry. And now that even buildings are becoming green with green roofs, they have smart parking lots now that even retain all their own rainwater. There's a lot of technology out there. The green boom is adding even more jobs and diversity to our industry.
Great insight, Bill. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience with us. What are your thoughts about a career in landscaping? Which of the many types of jobs in this industry appeal to you? Don't forget to check out the PDF for this lesson. It can help you sort out what type of job might be best for you, and it'll give you more details about the landscaping industry in general. So long for now, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, hey.